Yo guys, what we saying? It's your boy Wheezy13 back with another video. You already know what it is. We out here, you know. You guys might probably know me for like reacting to music videos and whatnot. I've been reacting to music videos from time. But your boy decided to branch out, the big Arsenal fan, been watching footy for the longest time. For a minute, man. Like how old am I? I'm 25. Watching footy since I was like 9. Play it all the time as well. Man, them know I got the tapes too, so don't sleep on me still. But decided to talk about Arsenal, because every single time I have these conversations with my friends who are Arsenal fans or just even rival fans in general, I'm like, I need to vent. I need to get my frustration out there. So what better way to do it than to talk to you guys and people who have maybe similar opinions, maybe different opinions about the footy, about the beautiful game. So you know what? Let's do it. So today we're going to be talking about the Arsenal versus Liverpool game, or should I say Liverpool versus Arsenal game because it's at Anfield, right? Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield Sunday, Super Sunday game. It's a big one. It's a big one. Top of the table clash, if you can call it that. It's a bit too early in the season, so I'm not really gonna boost it too much. But it's pretty much the title winners last season versus the runners up. Unfortunately, and it wasn't really a title race, to be honest. Liverpool ran away with it from time. I'm gonna throw it in there. Injuries. But nah, in all seriousness, Arsenal weren't good enough last season. Like, should have been way better. It should have been more of a race. Unfortunately, it wasn't. But it is what it is. That's last season. This is this season. And let's talk about what we've seen so far. It's only been 2 games, to be honest. Like, Arsenal have had 2 decent games. Well, I say one decentish game. Maybe not the best performance when we play Manchester United in the first game of the season. It was a 1-0 win. Set piece again. Ole, ole. I'll take that. Calafiori scoring at the back post to give us that 1-0 lead. I was actually watching that game in New York with my boy. I was in New York for that week, so I watched that game over there in a pub. It was sick. But yeah, I was nervous the whole game. Going to Old Trafford is never an easy game. It's always intense. Like, and for me, I knew it was always gonna be a scrappy game. I was like, just give me the 3 points, let me get out of here, and let's keep it moving. But now we also after that we had the second game against Leeds. We won that game 5-0. Obviously, my boy Victor Gyökeres got that brace, that 2 goals. The first goal was the typical Victor Gyökeres goal you see he scored in Portugal, where people were saying, oh, he's not going to get that space in the Prem. He's not going to get that space. He's not going to be able to run him behind. We all know that's like everyone's just talking nonsense because, I mean, he got the ball on the left, the trademark, cut in, beat one defender, beat the other defender, slotted into the near post to make it 3-0, I believe, to Arsenal at the time after we went into the half at 2-0. Courtesy of the goals from, I believe it was Saka and Timber. So yeah, he got that third goal and he also scored a penalty at the end. So Victor Gyökeres has truly arrived, a brace from my gunman. So yeah, I was buzzing with that game, obviously. But how much can you really take away from a game against Leeds, right? Like Arsenal versus Leeds, Emirates Stadium, first home game of the season. Eze unveiled as well. The whole crowd is buzzing. You just knew we were gonna win that game. So obviously I'm happy we got the 3 points at this stage of the season. You can only be who's in front of you. You keep it moving. But this is the test. This is the big one. Arsenal versus Liverpool at Anfield. And honestly, it's a good game. It's a good time to be catching Liverpool, in my opinion. I feel like Liverpool haven't had the strongest start to the season yet. They played Bournemouth the first game of the season. Friday nights at Anfield, the first game of the season. Everyone was tuning in. And, they took that 2-0 lead. I believe Ekatike scored that first goal for them. And he's been really good. It's 3 goals in 3 games. I guess you could say 2 goals in 2 Prem games. But if you count the Community Shield, that's 3 goals in 3 games. And he's been on fire. So I know he got a goal. I forget who got the second goal for them. But boom. Just like that, Bournemouth the back end was 2-2. Semenyo scored I believe he scored a brace too. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But Semenyo scored a brace and brought it back to 2-2. So obviously we're like, okay, now it's 2-2. What we saying? Like Liverpool about to throw this away first game of the season? And then obviously, Chiesa scored that late goal and then Salah finishes off as Salah normally does for Liverpool. So made that 4-2 to Liverpool. And then they had that game against Newcastle on Monday where it was the Isak Isak derby, if you can call it that, because Isak is pretty much going to Liverpool, let's be honest. But Yeah, that game was crazy. Like Liverpool took the lead. I believe they went up 2-0 in that game as well. Anthony Gordon getting that stupid red card. I don't know what was going on in his mind, like why he decided to go in for that tackle like that. But you could just tell that game was always going to be a fierce game, going to be tough, toughly competed. With everything that's been going on between Liverpool and Newcastle with the whole Isak situation and just what you've been seeing on social media. You knew they were going to come in like fierce and strong for that game. And I ever remember seeing something because I use Twitter a lot, right? I remember seeing something on Twitter where it was like, I believe Newcastle posted like, you know how like they normally have like the picture they post before the games happen. They had like Joe Linton like on the cover, so you just knew that like, bro, they weren't about to come and fuck around with that game. They were gonna like, okay, like let's lock in. So I mean, Liverpool went up 2-0. And then Newcastle just locked in, like Bruno Guimaraes scored a goal, dunking on Kirkus at the back post. Hey, man, like, if Kirkus is going to defend like that, then, hey, Arsenal, set piece again, a I'll say it again. Might have something for them still, but Bruno Guimaraes scores at the near post, at the far post, make it 2-1. And then they got the equalizer to make it 2-2. And now you're thinking, okay, 2-2, they're back in it. Like, what are we saying? Like, are they actually gonna turn this around? And they were playing with 10 men, but the way that game was going on, you wouldn't even believe Newcastle were the ones that had 10 men, which was crazy to me with the passion and the way they played. So they locked in by the 2-2, but then I believe the momentum and everything got them too gassed. They got too carried away, and they just decided, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna go on an all-out attack. And when they did, Liverpool, played smartly, picked out their pieces, and then the next thing you know, they're all attacking, leaving I believe 2-3 guys in the box. Salah just gets the ball, plays it into the box. Szoboszlai, beautiful dummy, and he was really good that game too at right back, locking off at right back too. So he had, I believe he had, was it Gordon or Barnes? He had them clamps strapped, like they couldn't do nothing that game. But Szoboszlai, beautiful dummy in the box, and then Rio Ngumoa, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Ngumoa, the 16-year-old kid, just coolly finishes it into the bottom right corner. Like, that was a crazy finish. And to do that at 16, when a lot of players are either taking a touch or they're blazing it over, like, they're probably super excited thinking, oh, the ball's right there, I've already scored. But he just took a cool, calm, composed, and placed it into the bottom right. No chance for Nick Pope, and it made it 3-2 Liverpool. And then I'm just watching like, God, Newcastle almost had it. They almost got them. But Liverpool, like, nah. One thing about Liverpool, game is not over till it's over for them. And they got that 3-2 win. So that brings us back to the game today. Or the game on Sunday, should I say. The one we're previewing right now. Liverpool versus Arsenal. And honestly, I believe it's going to be a good game. Like, I feel like it's going to be evenly contested. Like, Anfield is always a tough place to go. Arsenal haven't actually lost at Anfield in the Premier League for the last 3 seasons. We've drawn a lot of games. And I remember we beat them, I believe 2 years ago when it was 22-23 season when we won that game 3-2. And I believe Martinelli scored that early goal in the first or second minute to make a 1-0 Arsenal, and then we eventually won that game 3-2. But it's usually been tightly contested between us and Liverpool in the Premier League at least. So I believe this game is going to be the same. It's going to be tightly contested. I believe if there was one time Arsenal had a good chance of winning at Anfield, it will be now. Seeing as Liverpool, they have a few injuries, a few uncertainties. McAllister, who is usually like maybe the controller in midfield, he's injured or he was 50-50. I know he didn't play the game against Newcastle. I'm not sure if it was for injury or I think I saw something like personal reasons or whatnot, but he was out for that game. So we're still unsure if he's going to play this game. We'll see. But Gavin Bertrand's back for them, and then he scored that crucial goal for Liverpool, scoring that goal from outside the box. That was huge for them. So it's going to be a good game. I feel like whoever they play at right back, though, is going to be interesting to see. Did they stick with Szoboszlai again? And, he had a good game. Did they stick with him there? What would that mean for them when they're facing, maybe the likes of maybe Eze on that left wing? It'll be intriguing to see, I believe, but I don't know. I feel like Arsenal have a really good chance of taking this game to them. Unfortunately, Saka is out. Odegaard is touch and go. I think I saw something about Arteta's press conference today where he said he might not be available for the game or he hasn't trained yet. So it's going to be a last minute thing, but I honestly think he's going to play. Like, I think Norway called him up for international duty, and he's probably going to go play for them. I believe it's World Cup qualifiers or something. So he's definitely going to go up. So I think he's going to play, like he's going to force it through, and then we'll see how it goes. But if I was to predict what the lineup would be or what Arteta would go with, I would probably say he would have Ryan go, obviously. The defense would be Timber at right back, Gabriel and Saliba, the two titans at the back, Colossal. Those guys, man, like, they deserve recognition. Like, and I feel like everyone's giving them recognition now. They've both been in the PFA Team of the Year the last 2 seasons running. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I firmly believe that's the case. So, yeah, you have those two at the back. I would have Timber at right back. Obviously, I said Ryan goal. Left back is an interesting one. A lot of people have been like, oh, play Miles Lewis Skelly. He can lock down Salah. He's more defensively sound than Calafiori, which is fair enough. But I don't know. I feel like Calafiori has had a really good start to the season. He's been playing really good. He's had he scored that goal in the first game against Manchester United, and then he also had 2 assists against Leeds. A lot of people say, oh, assist, Fugazi. Obviously, Gyökeres did most of the heavy lifting with that goal he scored when he just dribbled from the left wing in. So, but he got 2 assists. So, I personally would go with Calafiori, just because I feel like we need to attack Liverpool. I feel like the defense is not really at the best right now. They've conceded 6 goals this season, but yeah, I believe is it 6? No, they conceded 6 in total. My bad. They conceded 2 against Crystal Palace in the Community Shield. But if we're talking about the Prem, they've conceded 4 goals. They conceded 2 against Bournemouth and then 2 against Newcastle. So they conceded 4 goals, but they've also scored 7. So their attacking prowess is there. So in that sense, I feel like you just have to go for it, man. We can't do this thing where we usually do in the past, where we sit back, soak up all the pressure, and attack them. We have to hit them on the break. Transitions, they're very suspect still. I feel like that was something Newcastle didn't really capitalize on, but Bournemouth, you saw when Semenyo was running in that equalizing goal, he took advantage of it. So we need to hit them on the break. We need to attack them with like power and pace. So for me, that's how you take the game to them, which is why I believe you play Calafiori at left back. In the midfield, obviously, you play Rice and Zubimendi double pivot. I'm loving that double pivot this season. Seeing Rice in the LCM last season, left center mid, like, it had its perks and everything, but I didn't really not gonna lie, I didn't really like seeing Rice, receiving the ball in the Iniesta zone still. Like, I like him as a box-to-box. He can arrive in those zones and finish. He's very good arriving to the box and getting maybe a goal or assist, and we already know what he does in set pieces, but I like to see him building up from deep because I feel like him and Zubimendi complement each other very well. So if you have him and Zubimendi in that pivot, I feel like that's what you need in midfield. Attacking midfield, like I said, I feel Odegaard is going to play. He's touch and go right now. And for me, if he's not fit, I would just put Eze over there. I don't think Arteta is going to put Nwaneri at Anfield, against Liverpool, although I feel he's capable of doing it. He's had a really good preseason and a good start to the season so far. But I believe it's going to be Odegaard in the center attacking mid. And Madueke on the right wing, I feel like he's going to play there as well. He really improved when he played there against Leeds in the second half. And the first, I don't really like him on the left wing. That's not really his best position for me. And I feel like obviously now with Eze coming in, you have Martinelli, Trossard over there as the backups. But with Eze coming in, he's going to predominantly play left wing while Odegaard plays center attacking mid. Sometimes Eze is going to play center attacking mid as well. But I feel like with Eze now on the left wing, he plays left wing, Madueke plays right wing, and you have Odegaard in the middle, obviously, and obviously up top you have Victor Gyökeres. He's arrived now. He's got 2 goals in the last game. That's 2 goals in 2 Premier League games. I believe he's gonna get 20 plus Premier League goals. My target for him is 25 Premier League goals. He's on penalties, as we've seen. I think he could definitely hit 25 Premier League goals, especially now we brought in Eze as well, and our dynamics seem to be more attacking and more direct with the likes and addition of Zubimendi. And even if you look at Calafiori as a left back, more overlapping, that could suit Victor Gyökeres as well. So yeah, that would be my lineup. I feel like that's a good enough lineup to take the game to Liverpool at Anfield. You really got to hit them on the break, target the fullback positions. Frimpong is out, so it's going to be either Szoboszlai or Bradley at right back. And Kirkins hasn't really been the best defensively so far, so I would play Madueke there. Obviously, he's very good on that right side, and I feel like he could give Kirkins a lot of trouble. So yeah, that would be my lineup against Liverpool. I feel like this is the game. We just have to take it to them, and we can't sit back. Obviously, I'm not saying go full out attack. That's stupid, but just take the game to them. Like, there's a game to be had over there if you take it to them, and I believe our defense can stand firm. So why not take the game to them? Like, So go for it. Honestly, I feel like Arsenal have a really good chance of winning at Anfield. And it's crazy what depth does to your team, right? Because I would never have been confident going to Anfield without Bukayo Saka. Obviously, unfortunately, he went down with that injury. He's seemingly going to be out for a month now, but thankfully, international break is coming up, so he might not miss that many games. But yeah, I've never been I will never be confident without Saka. But now with depth, you have Madueke over there. I feel like we can really do something and attack Liverpool. So yeah, I personally would go. That would be my lineup for the game against Liverpool. We already know what they're gonna be, what they're gonna set up as, and the makeup of their team. And I feel we need to take advantage of our set pieces. They've been looking really shaky on set pieces, Like I said it, how many times already? Set piece again, ole ole. Like, we had to take advantage. And yeah, if I had to get a score prediction for the game, I would say Arsenal to win the game 2-1 at Anfield. Is going to be a tough game. I feel like we have what it takes to win that game. So come on, Arsenal, let's get this dub, and let's go into the international break, top of the league. A strong start to the season. And honestly, if you told me we could potentially be at 9 points out of 9 possible points out of 3 games of the first 3 games of the season, knowing the tough fixtures that we've had with Manchester United first, then obviously Leeds, that's a give me a second, and then Liverpool third. If you give me 9 points, or even if you give me 7 points, because we don't want to lose to Liverpool. If you give me 7 points out of 9, I'd take that. But I firmly believe we could get 9 points out of those fixtures. And yeah, man, honestly, let's go for it. And I think we'll get that dub. I'm going to go with the 2-1. You guys let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think of the video. What more, could I talk about? What do you guys want to see, to be honest? Because this is my first Arsenal video on my YouTube. Usually I react to music videos and whatnot, but I'm trying to do more Arsenal content, And so it's only right. So you guys let me know what you guys think. Drop a like and a comment, and, share your thoughts as well. It's been your boy, Muizy13. And I'm going to see you guys after that game against Liverpool on Sunday. Hopefully we get that dub. Come on.